This is my restricted Snowflake Iron Hunter gear, where I'll be taking on some of RuneScape's toughest challenges like the Inferno and combat achievements, utilizing just gear you can acquire from Hunter. And this is how it's gonna go. The moment that everyone loves so much, the creation of a new account. So RuneScape's not new to me. As some of y'all on the channel probably aware, I have another series where I've been going for collection log slots on my main account, and that's a lot of fun. But once you do bosses so many times the same way every single time, you just kind of want to change. And that's what this account is for me. I've always loved the Snowflake account style. Restricting yourself, preventing yourself from doing stuff that other people can do. And I think that really creates a challenge and makes this wonderful game even more interesting than it already is. So with this account, I'm going to try and do something I've never done before and just be this restricted. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, utilizing only items you can acquire from Hunter in order to progress an Iron account. I think is going to have some interesting things going on, and it's just going to be really fun to watch and really fun to play. And speaking from the future, I've already put a ton of hours into this, and it is in fact extremely fun to play. So I'm going to get into some of the content. We're going to cover kind of some of the restrictions and things like that, but I hope you all are going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a great time. So I'll see you after we get out of Tutorial Island. I will be starting this account off as a hardcore Iron Man. If I do die, I'm going to keep playing the account. I just wanted to start hardcore just to see how long I could go without dying, but as you'll see in some later clips, I come pretty close on doing some stuff that I probably shouldn't die at, so we don't know how long it'll last, but I'm going to let Chase from the Past take it from here. Hello everyone, and welcome to the new account, Hunter Gear. So the plan for this account, I'll probably cover it in another segment, but I just wanted to kind of get it started. This is where I'm at right now. Pretty much base everything right off Tutorial Island. Nothing in the inventory and nothing in the bank. So we're all clean. Nothing there. So I'm excited to start this journey and bring you all along. So hope you all enjoy, and this should be an interesting one. While we have this playing in the background, I want to cover some of the exceptions I'm making. I know WoWie Snowflake account makes exceptions. It's going to happen. So a lot of these I'll pick up later, but a saw is going to be one. I have to be able to do construction. I can't make a tool store one without a saw. So that's one thing I'm going to grab. Small fishing nets. I can't acquire those anyway. So I'm going to grab them from shops. I'm going to grab them from the ground. I'm going to grab them where I need them. I'm not going to fish with them, but I need them to catch salamanders, which are going to be some of my best range and mage and even attack options in general. So I need to be able to get those. I need a level hunter, so I need small fishing nets. Another thing I'm going to be kind of covering here is quests, mini quests, diaries, and just general equipment that's needed, right? So I don't want to lock myself out of quests. I'm going to do every single quest. I'm going to do every single mini quest. I'm going to do diaries when needed. So if a quest item I need can be acquired from an Impling. For example, you need Snape Grass to do Plague City. So in order to complete Plague City, I'll have to get Snape Grass from an eclectic Impling. But for other things, for quests I can't get from an Impling, I can't get from General Hunter, so I'm going to grab those items however I need to. So if I need a specific item, let's say a Dwellberry to complete a quest, I'm going to go pick it up. I don't want to lock myself out of content. I want to be able to do as many combat achievements as possible, so I'm going to complete quests. That's just kind of how it's going to be. I want to see if I can beat some of the in-game bosses with some of this random gear that no one ever uses. So that's the plan. I'm going to do Slayer. In order to do some Slayer tasks, I will have to wear stuff that is not hunter based. I'll need to wear earmuffs if I fight banshees. I'm going to get earmuffs. I'm going to wear them. It's going to be happening. Getting around the game is not fun as an Iron, especially early game. Fairy rings are king. So I'm going to get a Draymond staff. I'm going to use it. One of the other things that I'm kind of not going to be picking up are PVM drops. I will not be looting monsters. I will not be picking up bones from stuff I kill, ashes, anything like that. I will be picking up a few things. Mossy and Giant Keys. I need those for combat achievements. Totem pieces for Skatizo. I need those for combat achievements. And then generally, like, let's say I get to Grardor and he drops a Bandos chestplate. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to put it in my bank and just look at it. I want to kind of make a trophy tab. So with some of the other things that I'm going to kind of, grab and pick up are Pestle and Mortar. I also need to pick up Swamp Tar, since it is the ammunition required for salamanders, and there's no way for me to obtain it other than picking it up or getting it out of some barrels for one of the lunar quests. So some of the other stuff are shops in general. I will not be utilizing any shops other than the Hunter shop and then the shop in Keldegrim to upgrade some of my items in my POH. One other thing I know Implings are famous for, getting you clue scrolls. I won't be doing clues. I don't want to just do hard clues until I finally get one I can complete, unlock a black D-hide set or a blessed D-hide set. I feel like that would kind of kill the concept of this. So I won't be utilizing any clue loot. Another thing just to kind of cover is I will be selling stuff to shops for GP. Some of the loot I get from Implings, things of that nature. So I get like Room Warhammers from Magpies. I'm going to sell those to shop because that's good GP. I'll need GP for some things, creating hunter equipment, things like that. I'm going to be allowing untradables in the back and ring slot. So if I get a fire cape, I want to be able to use it. The ammo slot will not have any restrictions, with the fact that the salamander ammo needs to go in there, and that's not really a hunter item technically, along with grapples, blessings, things like that. I want to be able to utilize those. So if I unlock the diary for Corinne, I want to be able to use a blessing when needed. Alright, I know that sounds like a lot of stuff, but I've put a lot of thought into this, and I really want to be able to see how far I can take it, and I know this is going to be a lot of fun. The main priority and the main restriction for this account is utilizing hunter gear, acquiring items through hunter gear, and the progression and kind of speeding things along is just necessary in order to, make this account lengthy and be able to progress the way I want it to. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to get into some actual clips of some gameplay. The account is started. So we finished the museum quest just to unlock a couple early hunter levels, because if any of y'all have trained early hunter, it's not super fun. So we've got 9 hunter, and actually the Isle of Souls is pretty cool. There is a small fishing net and a bird snare spawn directly north on the island, right next to some copper longtails, which are going to be my best in slot trading for just a short while. So I'm going to play some rolls of me just getting a bunch of levels, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, first hunter level. There's another hunter level. Here comes 14 hunter, and then along with that, I'm also about to get my first prayer level. So it's going to be an interesting way of training prayer, but I'm sure we'll figure it out, especially when we unlock dragon implings and can just get dragon bones and baby dragon bones. Level 15 hunter. Alright, first time I can actually catch implings. Let's go. I'm literally being taunted by this ninja impling over here. He knows I can't catch it yet. Alright, and with this level, I will be unlocking 2 traps at the same time. Milestone level coming in here. At 22, I can now catch young implings, so now I'm up to baby and young implings, so we're gonna go catch some. One thing to note is, since I do not have Lost City done, I cannot just go to Xanaris to enter a crop circle to get to Puro Puro. So I have to actually find the crop circles out in the wilderness and go into them. There's some cool plugins that help this happen, so it's not too bad, but we're about to go give it a shot and see what implings we can catch and get some upgrades. One great thing about Puro Puro is you can actually get a free butterfly net and impling jars from this guy right here, so it makes it really easy to get into, and then all you have to do is catch a couple low tier ones. You can turn them in for more jars, and they're basically infinite, so pretty awesome. But I'm going to dive into this. We're going to catch some, and then we'll stack them up and open them and see what we get. So here's where we get to the fun part of the account. This is where we need random items from random implings to actually progress the account. So these are baby implings. From baby implings, you can get anything from balls of wool, needle and thread, a knife, a chisel, a hammer. Simple things that most people would just go and buy from the general store. We actually need from these implings. So there's the first knife. Huge. This unlocks fletching. This lets us crush up chocolate bars into dust. All kinds of stuff. Like, just insane. Just little thing like that is so big. There's the chisel. And the other big thing there is that seaweed. We can actually use that with a bucket of sand we get from earth implings to make molten glass, which is useful for a lot of quests. I doubt it'll be really good for crafting training just because you don't get a ton of it and it's pretty rare. So the big thing we want from this is a hammer though. If we get a hammer, it would be huge and would unlock the construction skill for us. And there it is. Boom. Right out the gate. Can't complain about that. Extremely happy. Alright, so next up on the list are the young implings that we caught. So there's a couple key items that we really need from here. Number one thing we want is a steel axe. This will unlock the woodcutting skill, which will help us unlock the fletching skill. There's some other cool drops as well. Coal is good. Lockpicks are good for future quests. Steel nails are really going to be necessary to train that early construction. Along with oak planks are good. Soft clay can't complain. Snape grass can't complain. Steel full helm also can't complain. So a lot of good things here. Yew longbows are good to sell. As you can see there, we just grabbed the steel axe, which is huge. Super fantastic right out the gate. Picked up some nails, myth bars. We can use those in the future. And pure essence. Pure essence is going to be a big part in the near future to unlock some better hunter training methods that we'll end up doing very, very soon. So one thing to note here with us being hunter gear restricted, this steel axe is actually our best in slot melee weapon right now. So we're going to punch this dummy until we get 5 attack. We'll be able to equip it and we'll actually have a usable weapon to train stats. Not a good one, but hey, it's there. Can't complain. Alright, so I need to get some GP so I can actually travel around and stuff. So we are going to sell some of our impling loot. Not for a lot, but I just need a little bit of money so I can get to Remington and get to Artie is the current plan. So that's what we're going to go do now and go do some quests. Alright, so I just got my first lamp. Not really sure what I want to put it on yet, so I'm probably just going to hold on to it for right now until I kind of figure out what skill is going to be the most difficult for me to train. So I'm doing the Witch's Potion quest really quick, and the only thing I can't really get for this quest from Implings is essentially all of it. So the burnt meat, I picked up meat in the Barbarian area and just cooked it again to burn it. I have Newt, I'm just going to grab from Betty, which I just did, and then I'm just going to pick up an onion and I'll be able to complete this quest. So like I mentioned kind of in my rule set, if I cannot acquire it via hunter methods, I will do it this way. And the first quest completed on the account is Witch's Potion. Got 4 magic from that. Can't really complain. We're going to move on from there. So a little mistake made. I went to Artie early. I need a log to do the Monk's Friend quest. So while I do have a steel axe, I can't actually obtain a log until I have the woodcutting level in order to use it. So we're going to smash out the Monk's Friend quest just to get those early woodcutting levels so I can actually use the steel axe. So down goes an additional 60 GP we didn't need to spend. Alright. Here's me grabbing the log I need. Boom. What does this guy even sell? Oh yeah, bows. And then I'm going to run over to this food shop and see if he sells a jug of water because I want to do the Monk's Friend quest. So, current plan. Alright, so charter ship is where I need to get this jug from. The food store actually didn't sell it, but I went ahead and got the beef and chicken I needed for Druidic Ritual, since I can't actually obtain those from Hunter. So I'm going to go ahead and snag these items, get those quests completed, and we'll move on from there. Alright, I gotta make the mad dash for this. I only have 10 HP. Wish me luck. Free. Not even close. There we go. Quest completed. I'm now 13 wood cutting, so I can utilize my steel axe that I have. So we're good to go. Going to drop these law runes on the ground though. No reason for those. All right, we're gonna make our way to Yanil to buy some of the hunter supplies we need, and then we're gonna go train some more hunter. All right, we finally arrived in Yanil at the hunter shop. So there's the hunter crossbow that we'll be using in the future. Pretty excited for that. But gonna grab just a couple items. I don't have a lot of gold, but I definitely need a teasing stick. I have plenty of bird snares, so I don't need to grab those. I do need a noose wand just for those kind of missions and stuff like that. I have a butterfly net already. I'm gonna grab one of these box traps for right now, and then quite a few butterfly jars. And hindsight, you can actually catch butterflies with just one in your inventory and it will auto use the butterfly. So I didn't need to purchase this many and basically bankrupt myself, but the more you know, and now I know in the future. All right, I am down to 5 gold pieces to my name. So I'm gonna make my way up north. We're gonna train some hunter. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this lamp yet. I'm just gonna hold it in my inventory until I figure that out. So this is our new spot that we're going to be training at for quite a while. So here you can actually place 2 bird snares along with catching these ruby harvests at the same time. So it's pretty good EXP. And the funny thing is, if Varlamore didn't come out and rumors didn't exist, this place would have been dead a couple weeks ago. So it's really cool to see people in these spots, but as I progress, I'm definitely going to see the amount of competition for a lot of these spots as well. That makes it a little rough, but I'll give you all a little montage of some of the levels. But yeah, wish me luck. $2,700. So the next unlock is actually gourmet implings, which it's not as crazy of a unlock as some of the other ones. They just have some cool stuff in kind of the food table. So there's tuna, bass, curry, chocolate cake, lobster, sharks. Everything's cooked. Fish pie, probably going to come in handy later. Garden pies are pretty cool, come in handy later. And just a couple one-off things, but nothing too insane. So as you saw in the clip while I was talking about the gourmet implings, I just hit 29 hunter, which actually unlocks swamp lizards. The only problem with swamp lizards is that they're in Mauritania. In order to unlock Mauritania, I need to complete Priest in Peril, which requires that I actually get Pure Essence, 50 of it. My only real way of getting Pure Essence right now is to get them from young Implings, or waiting till later down the line in Essence Implings, which then swamp lizards would be kind of pointless. I can't mine it. The only way I can mine it is if I get a myth pick from Earth Implings, which then I can't even use. The way I'm going to kind of unlock the use of my pick is to complete Plague City and some other smaller quests, but guess what? You need Snapegrass to complete Plague City. You need a spade in order to complete Plague City, which I currently do not have access to. I need to actually unlock the Tool Store 2 in order to get a spade. So that's kind of the current plan, is to either A, work on construction, or B, go and do a bunch of young implings until I get 50 pure essence. So I think I've decided on kind of what the current plan of action is. I'm going to keep training Hunter via young implings and basically catch as many of those as I need to in order to get the 50 pure essence I need. Pure essence is a 1 in 10 drop from young implings, so in essence I need to catch about 500 of them. So I'm going to catch those, and in the process, I'll more than likely unlock Earth Implings, which will work me towards getting my Mithril pick along with buckets. So as of right now, I actually can't utilize a bucket, so I couldn't do Priest in Peril anyways. So the plan is to do Earth Implings, get either compost or a bucket of sand. Once I get that, I can actually empty it, and I'll be able to get an empty bucket for the first time on the account and complete actually quite a few quests that require that. So I'm going to go through, get some levels, I'll show some clips, but that's kind of what we're working on. All right, so I think I've kind of came to the conclusion that I'm going to put these lamps on mining for right now. I know that's not a ton of EXP, but I need it. I need to get to 20 mining in order to use the, or 21 mining in order to use the myth pick. Doing Plague City is only going to get me to like 17, I think. So, got to figure out what I'm going to do. But I'm going to put them on mining for right now. So, thanks. So, after getting 31 hunter and then getting about 90 something young implings, we ended up with 12 additional pure essence into the stack. So, making some progress. Also, grabbed some baby implings for balls of wool in order to make rope. So, with those few additional levels that we got in Hunter, we can actually trap Larupia now, which is pretty cool. So I actually just grabbed a woodcutting level there and a prayer level. So these actually give big bones, which is pretty big, especially early on the account. So I got a couple prayer levels and a couple things like that. But the main reason I wanted to capture these is because it actually unlocks armor for the account. I'll go and kind of show the stats right here. So if you take a look here, we have quite a bit of stats when compared to having nothing. So decent defense bonuses are kind of across the board, essentially like 26 stab, 30-ish slash, some crush defense. It is minus to range, so it won't be good there. But I mean, otherwise, this is, stats, right? And this goes from not being able to wear anything to having some stats. So, and since it comes from Hunter, we can use it. Actually, this was kind of an adventure to accomplish this set. So I'm going to show you some clip here and you can kind of make your guess as to what almost happened. So here it is. If you watch closely, and I have this clip sped up, for over 2 minutes, this thing jumped over these and chased me down and almost murdered me. Thank you to this random iron for blocking it for a second, but I did eventually trap it and I did get its fur. So this is a momentous occasion on the account. If I go here and talk to homie, I can get him to make us this armor set. I'm broke, but it doesn't matter. Because if you check out here, go to the stats tab, we now have defensive bonuses. It may not be a lot, but we have them. We are ready to rock. Look out, world. We're coming for you.